Welcome, guys. So I'm going to pick up Nico right now. I just got done talking to him. We are, let me see, there's a biker right here, a little bicyclist. We are in Nancy's neighborhood right now. I'm driving up to a parking location to pick up Nico because, you know, there is no actual parking in the neighborhood, and the neighbors are very adamant about being Karens with the parking situation, which is okay. Not mad at them, not hating on them for it, but it is what it is. So we're gonna I'm gonna go meet up with Nico right now, and he's got a spot that he's mapped out that we're gonna go check. I don't want to tell you guys where it's at until we're there. And I'm here for about 3 hours. I'm leaving town in about 3 hours, so I figured why not go do what we can, do some searching, walking, looking, as much as we can while we're here. I have to go home tonight. I'm pretty positive that we're all going to come back out here and get a better game plan, have a bunch more areas we want to search that's pre-designated, like kind of like have an itinerary for searching. I think that's a great idea. I can't share the search locations with you guys until we're already at the search locations, because I don't want to give to the perp. We're looking for Nancy, and I don't think you're the best person in the world. I think you're an idiot, and I think you're a piece of crap. And I hope that the average person like myself or somebody else, I hope that more people get up and start looking, and I hope they foil your whole thing you got going on. To the perp, I hope you're sweating your ass off right now, stressed out because you think we're gonna find Nancy. And I hope you make a mistake, and I hope you get caught. Because you're a coward for doing this to an 84-year-old woman. You're a coward. You don't do this to a grown-ass man. You do this to an elderly lady that can't even defend herself. What kind of person are you, dude? You're a low-life, piece of crap coward. You're the scum of the earth. And I'm hoping that more people like myself, and even if you're just an amateur, I hope you do it safely. I hope more people, more average Joes out there, get out there and they go for walks and they just look for something unusual to hopefully help find Nancy, or other missing persons. Nancy's not the only missing person in this world that matters. You know, there's so many people out there that's missing right now, and I hope that more people go out there and look. I think we're gonna go look for Nancy right now. And then I also think that once I get back to California, we'll regroup, get a better game plan set up, and potentially, I'm gonna go get me a Red Bull. Ooh, damn, that car just flew in here. I'm gonna go get me a Red Bull right here at CVS. Actually, no, I got that Celsius drink. I'll drink that. Did I see where Nico's at? He said he's gonna be right here at CVS. Nico, buddy, did you get lost? Oh man, I lost Nico, guys. I lost Nico. Oh man. Nah, I probably just drove past him. But anyways, like a lot of people say, you know, you're not gonna find Nancy, you're an idiot. I get all that. I get it. You know, there's haters out there, there's doubters. Well, at least there's a group of us out here that care, that have enough heart, that are trying to do the right thing. And I hope that it encourages more people to go out and search. Oh, there's Nico right there, I think. Yep, there he is. Hi, Nico. And I talked to JLR. He might meet up with us. I just talked to him a few minutes ago. Shout out to JLR. Make sure you guys go check him out. If you don't like him, you don't have to like him. But if you haven't, at least give the guy a chance. He's a cool dude. Okay, I'm gonna get out and give me the Celsius. So I do have my big camera right here. I got my new lens. So if we need to do any surveillance or anything like that, you know, this is loose on here. I have it loose on here on purpose. But if we need to do any surveillance, you know, got the, Have you seen my big camera yet?
No.
It's a freaking telescope, dude.
Did you get a chance to look at that door? If there was,
Oh, we can go do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of weird that you said that, because I was like, hey, I knew I brought my big camera out for a reason.
Yeah, that's a power, man. That's a power.
Yeah.
Camera, yeah.
I just replaced this lens. This is my new lens. My other one, I was out here last time. I bought it. These lenses are like $3,000, right? I bought my last one for $500 off somebody. And I turned around while I was setting it up, and my whole camera went floop, a gust of wind, and it messed my lens up. And so my wife, she got credit cards. So this is a credit card lens.
Nice.
But
let me just go in there. Sorry, I ran a couple of minutes late. That guy with the red shirt. That was at the house. He was totally lost. So.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I had to take him to.
Oh wow.
His car. I was worried, man. I was like, "Don't have a heart attack, man."
Poor fella. Man, he shows up. The neighbors start jumping his butt. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, he was huffing and puffing pretty good.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna grab me a Red Bull. I'll be right back, guys. We're gonna grab a Red Bull real quick. I would take you guys in, but I'm on Starlink. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, what did I do here? What the heck? My bad. I'll make it quick, everyone. I'll make it quick. I'm gonna go grab me a Red Bull. All right, guys. Guess who is back in the truck? All right. Guess I can put it on selfie mode real quick. We got Nico. He's inside right now. He's grabbing him grabbing something from the sort. Man, I just love this camera setup, dude. Ugh. It's like a freaking fancy piece of equipment here. So excited, actually. I'm actually really stoked. Okay. Pull comments up right here. Actually, I kind of like having that, to be honest with you. Let's see. Damn, we got 1,200 people in the chat. Holy cow. Oh, no, we don't. We have 700. That's cool. Hey, what's up, everybody? I got Nico with me. He's coming out of the store here momentarily. Man, I messed my middle finger up. Look at that. It's nasty. I guess I smashed it. Nico's not upset at all. He's kind of like a lot of us. It seems like he's getting addicted to this case because he wants to find Nancy. Basically, he's not giving up. Good morning, Lynette, Fran, Jody. I get it. YouTube chat is kind of rough. Oh.
The abduction date. It looks great.
Sheriff.
We are 7 weeks. We are.
Old boss of Sheriff Nanos gives insight.
7 weeks past the abduction date. It looks
TMZ.
great. I have a theory that this was a targeted abduction. If you're trying to take her someplace, hold her for ransom, my theory points to Mexico.
Today's the day,
Sadly, she probably succumbed to a medical issue. She's likely passed. As sad as it may be, given the time that has lapsed since then, nobody has come forward of any
Thank you so much, Lisa.
that could say, yeah, I abducted her. Yeah, I want the money, and here's how we're going to do this.
Make it available in the chat. I don't know how to do that.
She expired, passed away, and they no longer have the ability to use.
Pictures in my messenger. About what? No one will find her. Well, we don't know that yet. We don't know the future. Pictures in my messenger of what? Oh yeah, his chat bashes me a lot. That's okay. I don't hold JLR accountable for what Knucklehead say in his chat. I'm not worried about it. All I know is my tattoos look cool. Ha! I like them. Look. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, I'm friends with JLR, and that's what counts. He can't control what everybody says in his chat, and I get that. His chat is way too big, way too fast to control things like that. So if you see people talking negatively about me, just let it be. It's not a big deal. I'll move on. So here comes Nico, the man with the plan.
Good, bro?
Yeah.
Did you get your Red Bull?
I got my Red Bull.
All right.
All right.
Moving on to the next side.
So you want to go to the house real quick and do the picture thing?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. So you care about being on camera? Is that okay?
No.
I always have to ask. So we got Nico right here. We want to go stop by the curb I just ran over.
Yeah.
I run them over every day though. So we want to go stop by the house. We're going to do zoom in with the camera and see if there's a new doorbell camera up there, or if they removed the bracket. I don't remember. I know I've zoomed in on it before. I don't remember if the bracket was there or not. I really don't. I know for a fact I have zoomed in because I remember we zoomed in on the card that was left on the door. So Adult Protective Services left that card there. I was able to zoom in on it and read everything on it. It was I think a Deborah M.
Did anybody ever talk to her?
I don't think so. But the sheriff, so I took the picture of it. I showed Brian Enton. Brian Enton contacted the sheriff's department and they never got back to him on it. But then within 24 hours of me taking that picture and showing Brian Enton, the card was removed off the door. So I was assuming. So it's not like out of the ordinary for Adult Protective Services to show up within 24 hours of a missing person, an elderly person. But I mean, you don't know until you get a confirmation, right? So I did not get any confirmation, but I am assuming that it was just protocol for them to show up, and I'm assuming that the sheriff's department, you know, there's no way they didn't investigate it. Like, they're obviously touch base with them. So we're gonna drive to Nancy's neighborhood and hopefully not get yelled at right now, guys.
That guy that was there earlier said he got yelled at, right?
Yeah.
There's somebody.
For some reason, every once in a while I'll get like someone to be on like a butthead or something like that, but it hasn't been too bad. I don't know if it's the beard or maybe I don't park there as much, or maybe I just get lucky.
Did they ever fly the helicopter out here?
That I don't know. I don't know. I do know that they like the survey plane has been out here a lot at night over the last month, but I haven't confirmed what they were doing. But they have, like, even when I was out here with Fox News in the very beginning, the survey plane was circling Nancy's neighborhood hard. But since I got out here on February 13th or February 14th, and I haven't seen any helicopters at all, except for the ones commuting back and forth. But that was already after it was 2 weeks old. Good morning, guys. So they're saying, yeah, they use a sniffer out here.
That we know, right?
Kind of disappointed they haven't brought the sniffer out anymore. So Nico, people are curious. Why'd you get back in the truck with me? They saw how bad I drive.
It's daytime, and I did increase my life insurance yesterday, so.
You know, with how bad I drive, because I don't say I drive good at all, but with how bad I drive, I've never, knock on wood, I've only been in one accident, and the guy ran the red light and hit me. Technically, too, a bicycle pulled out in front of me, and I might have hit him. But the cops looked at the video and said it was his fault, so.
You know, it's funny because the few law enforcement vehicles that I've seen out here since I've been out here, that's him right there. That's that guy.
He rolled down his window. I thought he was going to stop. He was just waving.
Seems like there's quite a few accidents.
So I can zoom in.
They're always doing crash calls, I guess.
There's a lot out here, actually. There was when I was first out here, there was a call on the freeway, kind of by my hotel, where okay, that's perfect. Oh, there is a doorbell camera on there now. But here, they might have taken it off.
One of them small, Simply Safe.
Yeah, you see it right there. It is it's a brand new doorbell camera. See it?
Yeah. Is the bracket still up there?
No.
What's above it?
Above it is a factory doorbell from the house.
Okay. So they did take the bracket down, put a new one up. I'm just hoping that the new camera installation people didn't take the old one down, just throw it away.
You know, I do think that it might have been taken down already.
I hope so.
I think I remember zooming in on this, and I remember only seeing the doorbell.
Did you notice if the mat is still there?
It is. I can see it.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think it's ridiculous, but you know.
The mat is still there. Crazy. You know what I noticed it looks different? The bottom of her blinds are up about a foot. Those were down in the past. That's interesting.
Oh.
Alright, you ready?
Yep, let's do this.
Cool. Where am I going?
We'll do that.
You want to text me the address?
Map check.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull it up real quick. So we'll go. You want to drive the route first?
Yeah.
Okay. What's really cool is I can, on a picture, my phone will recognize the words and I can actually copy it. So we're gonna go here first.
Yep.
We'll go from point to point to point.
I wonder why she has that one address marked.
That is kind of weird. Copy. So we're going to go to the first location that Annie posted, which is 1.2 miles away. That's why. 5-minute ETA. So I'm assuming it's making us take the way that she took, because remember how it zigzags through the neighborhood?
Right.
Yeah, it does zigzag. Holy crap. Wait. You know what's crazy? You know where that truck was seen at? Remember the truck that did the U-turn?
Okay.
It's right there. It's on this route. I don't want to show you guys the route. You got it? You like it?
I love it.
Cool, thank you. I mean, I don't know if you want to throw it on your car, but their bumper stickers are waterproof, sunproof, and all that.
Okay.
So.
I take all my cum stuff off. On my wedding night, somebody keyed my car because of my cum stuff.
Oh, really? Politics. All right.
It's nice meeting you. man.
Nice
You too.
meeting you.
I'm gonna drive around sometime.
For sure. You stay safe. I think he's like a big fan of the channel, which is cool. But yeah, that's really interesting because that's that route that last route that me, you, and Alex took. So, ironically, guys, the route that Annie marked that asked people to search along is the same route that truck was seen on camera within 7 minutes of it was 7 minutes before her pacemaker was disconnected that it was seen driving back and making that turn right there.
Back towards Nancy's house? Or
No,
away?
going away.
Okay.
7 minutes before the pacemaker was disconnected. I think it was going away. I think. I'd have to double check with Alex. He has like a whole time log on it.
That would be important if he could let us know that.
And then, like within like 45 minutes of her being gone, the truck was seen going back towards her house again. Like 45 minutes after, the truck was seen coming back again. Like Alex was thinking maybe they forgot something and wanted to go back and grab something. I don't know.
Well, you know, that's what, when Kohlberger forgot, when he realized he forgot the sheath, he actually went back to the crime scene and...
Really?
Yeah. And then decided against actually going back in. And thankfully...
He left it there?
Yeah. And he had that touch DNA on the button.
The mods just jumped in chat. We're good. Don't stress on it, guys. We're gonna get a hater every once in a while, or a knucklehead that's upset or grumpy. Can't let it ruin your day.
So this is where it's seen?
Yeah, I'll show you exactly where it's at. I'm not gonna point on camera, but so the truck was seen up here making this right-hand turn. Okay. The first day, which I think was the day before, it was seen further down making a U-turn, like it went the wrong way. It went.
Now, who is providing this information?
The homeowner.
Okay.
Because hold on, guys, we're gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna turn the camera on selfie mode to protect the homeowner. Oops. The homeowner requested that we don't put their home on camera, so the first day. So see that pole right there, that power pole?
Yeah.
I believe that's the one that has a camera on it. So we're on his camera right here. Mm-hmm. And so the first day, the clear picture of the vehicle was seen making a U-turn right here. I think it was like right here, right?
Okay.
So right here, you can see that we're very clear on his camera. He's recording us right now.
All right, and you're saying that's the house, sir?
I think yeah. So that guy does some surveillance stuff.
Yeah.
I think he has cameras all over the place.
I think it might be a little further down based on the direction the camera's facing.
Mm-hmm. But the truck was seen doing a U-turn right about right there in front of the camera.
Uh-huh.
And then the night Nancy went missing, there was a vehicle. See how much further away we are? So obviously it's not that good.
Right.
So it looks like it's the same vehicle coming and going this intersection right here, this route. So, and the timestamps are right around the same time that Nancy was gone.
Now he told law enforcement that, or he told you guys that?
He told law enforcement that, and then Alex and another person went around, Juanita, I think, or Easy Search, I don't know. Alex and one of the ladies that was walking around knocking on doors, they knocked on the door, and the guy's like, actually, as a matter of fact, I do have video of a vehicle, and the FBI's been here, the sheriff's department's been here, like they've been coming here a lot to review my footage.
Okay.
And he's like, I've turned it over to like 3 different agencies. But it's really weird that camera footage is along the route that Andy posted on the internet. I didn't know that till right now, actually. To me, it looks like a Ram Rebel, like a Dodge Ram Rebel. They call them Ram trucks now, not Dodge trucks. But it looked like a Ram Rebel with lettering on the tires. And I found one truck in the neighborhood that matches that description, but it's a lighter blue. But it does have the white lettering on the rims, and it's actually right up the road up there. But it wouldn't make any sense that truck was coming this way. So it could just be a coincidence that the truck looks similar, or not. I'm not too sure on that.
Do you know if anybody's talked to that guy with the truck?
I don't think so. I don't know anything about it. I just know that I found it one day and I sent a picture of it to Alex. I got the license plate of it and everything somewhere. I stopped and zoomed in with my camera and took a picture of it. Hey guys, how you guys doing? Well, that's the thing. We're driving this route right now, and the only camera I see that's looking at the road is that one camera that where we just did that U-turn thing at. Mm-hmm. That's the only camera I see pointing at the road this entire area. I think what the FBI did was they must have drove or walked the neighborhood looking for cameras, and when they saw a camera, they went up and knocked on the door. There's just so many houses, they can't hit them all, I don't think.
Well, they should. And by they, I mean, like, there's cameras on this house right here to your left. And we knock on doors whether we see these guys got cameras also. Whether we see cameras or not, because, you know, people, you know,
hide them
in their normal driving. They may have a GoPro attached to the vehicle, what have you. So we ask them to check those as well.
So I'm gonna go to the first.
This guy's got cameras. I mean, this area's got a shit ton of cameras.
I'm gonna go to the first waypoint that she put, and then I'll park right there at the stop sign up here, and I'll put the second address in, because she put like 3 different addresses. If you just put the start at Nancy's and then the stop at the other address, it takes you to a completely different route. She posted a specific route with certain addresses and stops along the way, which is really weird to me.
And that's the one you're on right now?
That's the one we're on right now. This is the first waypoint that she put.
Well, I will tell you that I don't know her reasoning behind it, but there's
a reason.
This area would be prime for a 4 o'clock in the morning dump.
And then there's a purple porta potty. Being in the oil fields, you make mental notes of every single porta potty you see. I've seen 3 porta potties in this entire neighborhood, and I can take you to every single one, just in case you ever need to use one. So I'm actually going to pull over before the stop sign, so I'm not holding up traffic. I'll just pull over right here. I don't think anyone's going to drive on this side of the road. It's all dirt.
This guy's got floodlights.
But the thing is, see what I'm saying? The thing is this is kind of weird too, how she has like you zigzagging through these neighborhoods.
So that waypoint right now is where we're at.
This waypoint is where we're at right here. We're right here. So we just drove down this way. Nancy's
That's on her
right
map.
here. This is her map that she supposedly posted on social media.
I'm gonna get out and take a walk around.
Can we get out too and walk? I don't mind.
Yeah.
The next location is about 3 minutes away. We'll just do the flashes. I think I'll be okay right here. Alright guys, we're gonna get out and walk a little bit. Just walk this location right here. How you doing? My name's Jacob. What was that?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Jacob. I'm Jacob.
Yeah.
We're
looking for something here?
yeah, actually we are. Not on private property or anything like that, but we're searching different routes from the Nancy Guthrie house to see if anything was dumped along the lines. He's a private investigator, and we have a couple different like routes that we're searching. So what we're doing is I parked on that side because there's dirt on that road, on that like people aren't driving on the far side. But we're walking up and down the road to see if anything might have been dumped along the way.
Oh, okay, good. So was the city or the state, with the Prima County?
He's a private investigator, like a private investigator for hire or whatever. So he goes around the country and helps find missing persons.
Investigating what?
The Nancy Guthrie case.
Huh?
Nancy Guthrie that was taken.
Oh, okay, hasn't anybody found her?
They haven't found her yet. You haven't heard anything about it?
She got over there. No, I heard the news.
Has the FBI been here to talk to you at all, or no?
A couple of them came here. There was a couple of cops.
Oh, they did ask you
But
guys?
they are in this area. I thought it was somewhere else.
You don't have any cameras that point at the road or anything?
No, we have cameras all over our homes.
Yeah.
All over our homes.
A guy up the road caught a truck coming this way the night she was taken.
No.
So we were kind of like driving this route.
Good.
You worked for Homeland Security?
Huh?
Did you work for Homeland Security?
Yeah, my son is a probation officer.
Okay, he's retired federal agent from Homeland Security.
Is it?
Yeah, so that's awesome.
You probably know him. He's in Ohio. My son is
Oh,
in Ohio.
nice. Well, I'm gonna get to walking, so I appreciate you. It was nice meeting you, and you have a good day. Thank
Thank you very much. Yeah.
There, I didn't want to put him on camera. So, that guy just said that several different cops have stopped by over time, and it sounds like the FBI possibly stopped, but he doesn't have any cameras. He said that there's cameras up the road that point at the road, but, and he said, oh, they haven't found her yet? I think they just came and knocked on doors one day and that was it. And then I told him that we're just... Bro. I thought it was alive. No, a dead snake. No step on snake. We got flies over here, but they're probably here for the snake. Snake, you scared me, buddy. That's not a small snake. It's not too small. It's not too big either. Dude. See how like this tree canopy's right here? And then you can get into it right here. What the hell is this? Kind of weird, an upside down trash can. Okay. I know it's the opposite side of the road, but he's on the coming down side, and I'm on the going up side. He's on the west side. I'm on the eastbound side. I hope we're still alive. If not, that's okay. Mama Joy, how you doing? This guy over there by the porta potty. I'm hearing a lot of flies buzzing around. Flies or bees? Is it bee season or something? Someone jumped a Christmas tree right there. What a loser. I don't like litter bugs. They're bad. Did I take a shower? Yes. I might need to take 2 more. we might lose service, but I'm gonna walk down here real quick because look, it's like a little trail, big old tunnel thing. Oh man, hear water in that drainage, the sewage. Gotta make sure there's no snakes. Oh, thank God. Oh, shit, bumblebee. Yeah, bees are out. There's a big old bumblebee in there. It was like that big. Thought it was a spider. No, it was a bumblebee. Another porta potty. Purple porta potties out here. He looks so happy while he's barking at me. Hi. Hey, quick question.
What?
Do you guys know if the FBI has searched this area for Nancy at all, or any signs?
I would hope so, but they're so stupid. I don't doubt that they haven't.
Yeah, we're walking a bunch of different areas to see if anything might have been dumped out or tossed out or...
Well, I highly doubt she's here. She's long gone, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Cute puppy, by the way.
What's that?
I said cute puppy. Looks happy while it's barking at me. I didn't put them on camera. There's a child, and it's just not. It's not right. Yeah, I'm drinking plenty of water. You guys will hear me breathe. I have asthma. I'm always going to breathe heavy. I'm going to breathe heavy for the rest of my life. And I know it's not interesting, but hey. Here's the other side of that drainage ditch. Oh, they're out for the pollen. There's the other side of that drainage. We already looked all the way through there, but... So, like the neighbor just said, she said, "Oh, I would hope so. I would hope so." So that makes me think that the FBI and investigators haven't come over here knocking on doors yet. I wish that they had. There's nothing on the center divider right here, but might as well look. Check. We're not too far from where that raid happened at Luke Daly's house. But once again, Luke Daly is claiming his innocence and completely unrelated to this case. However, the sheriff and I believe the FBI and apparently at least one judge believed that they had enough evidence to conduct a search warrant and go through their house, take him into custody, and seize his vehicle. So, if he is innocent, if he is 100% not related to this case, which is a very big possibility, why did they do that to him? I know the search warrant right now at this time is sealed because they're afraid it might compromise the case if they release it. But I'm very interested in doing a FOIA request and finding out why they did that to Luke if he really is innocent. I don't know. I don't know Luke. I wasn't with Luke the night that Nancy went missing. I was at home in California live streaming when this happened to her. So, I don't know. I can't place judgment on Luke himself. I only place judgment on how I think that they handled that. So, kind of weird if you ask me. You know what? We're going to walk down this side and come back up. I haven't walked this side, I don't think. I understand that this is kind of boring, just walking around and looking at bushes. Needle in a haystack if you're going to find anything out here. But at least we're trying. I know I'm on most likely the opposite side of the road that she would have been dumped on. But Nico's got the other side of the road and I got this side on the road. Oh, big old lizard just ran off. Might as well double check and just look. Better safe than sorry, I always say. You know? Damn. Became like a hot speed racer around that corner. Yeah, a lot of people ask if I'm drinking water and stuff. Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of water. That's why I always gotta pee. But if you're drinking enough to where you have to go pee a lot, that means you're a lot more hydrated than somebody that's not going pee very much. It's kind of weird. We're not going to walk too far up in here, but alright, let's go back to the truck. We did walk a good part of it. I tried parking on the left because it looks like most people drive on the right. Well, I guess on the right. Walking this way, it's flipped. But I know I parked on the inside, the center median side, but that looks like the less traveled side, so probably less likely for me to get smacked by a car. Kind of weird from far away. Ow! I just kicked the cactus. me to come back next week after Easter. I think that's a good idea. The hell? Truck didn't want to open. Okay, let's go find Nico. Nico just does his own thing, man. I respect that. A lot of respect for Nico. I'll back up here because there's a turnoff right back here. Great new trick, by the way. Thanks. The nice neighbors I talked to. Let's go find Nico. I don't know how Annie came up with this route, but there's got to be a reason for it. Mr. Nico, where are you? I think I might have seen him up ahead. I'm glad I came out and I met the Nico dude, because he's actually a nice fella. He's a good friend, and he's an even better investigator. Holy cow. I don't see him yet. Damn, he must have walked far. I'm gonna go up another thing and turn around. Let me call him real quick. I'm gonna call Nico, guys. Also, make sure you check out Exploring with Jim. I know what he's got going on today, but I can't tell you guys. You guys have to go to his channel and find out yourselves. Oh, he didn't answer. Hope he's good. Let's see, I'll go up a little bit further and turn around. Oh, he's calling me now. Oh, there you are. No, I was just seeing what you want, if you want to walk more, or...
So I'll mark this.
I walked about half the distance as you. I didn't know you walked this far. But I walked up one side, and I turned around and I walked back. I was on the opposite side of the road. I know it's less likely to be on that side.
Yeah, I saw you on that side.
I figured if you're on this side, I might as well double up, you know?
Yeah.
There's a culvert pipe that you can almost walk through.
I went through it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I came in from the other side. You want to go to the next spot, or do you want...
Yeah, let's go to the next spot, but...
Do you need a water?
No.
Okay.
What was I going to say? From this point,
Yeah.
I'd like to, on our way back, walking back to Nancy's house.
Okay.
I think Annie may have been onto something with this.
Yeah, why? How would she? Where did she get this route from?
Maybe it's a route that they take. Thinking that maybe if somebody was surveilling them, that they would know.
I mean, she does know the area. She lives here.
Yeah.
So the next location is 1.6 miles away, 4 minutes from here. I talked to the neighbors over here that were walking their dogs, and I just said, hey, do you guys know if the FBI or anyone's been out here searching? The response was, well, I sure hope so.
Yeah.
But, oh, she's nowhere near here. She's long gone. That's what all the neighbors keep on telling me. It's kind of weird.
You know, the more that they can get it out of their head and be done with it, the less fear that they have. So that's not uncommon.
Really?
Yeah.
In reality, it's most likely really close to home.
Well, even at this distance, you know, there's going to be less of a fear, you know, 1.5, 2 miles away from Nancy's as opposed to next door neighbors, you know.
So guys, we have a pre-designated, like a pre-planned out route to search. This is my last day here. I'm only here for like 2 more hours, and then I have to leave. I'm gonna try to be home by like midnight. I have a 10-hour drive. So I wanted to do a little bit of searching before I left town on the last day. But when I get back in town, I can totally pinpoint certain things. So when I'm gonna come back for sure.
Mm-hmm.
When I come back, I want to have like, all right, on this day I'm gonna go search here. This day I'm gonna go like a pre-planned trip.
Mm-hmm.
But because I thought just driving real slow and looking at the side of the road was good searching. I guess that's not good at all.
Yeah.
So
I told you I've walked past bodies 3 feet, 5 feet from me. You know, once the level of decomposition, once the odor is gone, it's very, very hard.
So that's something you do in like the first couple of days, not.
Yeah, you could drive around. I don't know here, right? But I know in Florida, like you're gonna start smelling a corpse 4 or 5 days into it. If it's blazing hot and some of the animals have gotten to it already, it's, you know,
Decomp's faster.
Yeah, it's even a shorter.
We did have a couple days out here, like a week, where it was over 100 degrees every day.
Yeah.
And it was super
The
dry.
heat and humidity in Florida will actually, like, it almost looks like it melts the skin off of the.
And then I did walk around over here and kind of peek over there, over that little hill.
See how that wall is right there?
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that was on this side, those are always great hiding spots.
Concealment.
Yeah, because it's down,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that wall is going to block the wind.
So it's not going to make the smell.
Odors, right. It's not going to be that.
The odors don't linger in that one little spot.
Remember the other day when we found that bag with the meat in it? Remember every time you got the you got the hit of odor, it was when the cars were driving by.
Yeah.
So they create that jet stream, and you know, because they're going 50, 60 miles an hour.
They're going to drag it up to you.
Yeah, it literally will take that odor and
which is true, because now we're about 0.6 miles away from the next address she posted.
Okay.
I think these are just random addresses to make you take the specific route from point A to point B. But I think she posted online asking for people to search along this route, which to me was very interesting. And then I guess when I found out about it, I couldn't find the screenshots. It was like more of a hearsay, and then somebody actually still had a screenshot of the actual map, and they just sent it to me, and that's how I got the map. I didn't specifically go knock on Andy's door and say, hey, is this the map you posted?
That's good work. When you do this in the future, anytime a family member or a close friend posts something, try and grab that and take a photo of it, or copy it or what have you right away, just in case family or friends say no, take that down.
I'm driving real slow.
Yeah.
So anytime they do that, save it, and that's definitely a great spot to search.
Yeah.
So what usually causes them to to put out a location?
Their
Like,
commonality. They
just know the
this
area.
this is the area that they live in. This is the
So like right
the
here,
way
this
they
is
know.
insane.
This is what they know. They're most familiar with it. That house is abandoned.
And that would be a spot where you just stop and throw something over a fence and not think about it.
Right.
And like, see how there's these humps on the hills? Do you ever find stuff on the other side of these little hills or no?
No, not really, because you know you got to remember, even if it's one or two people, they're not going to carry it that far.
Okay. See that upside down wheelbarrow right
Yeah.
there? The wheel marks
Yeah.
look like it was from something like that
Yeah.
that I saw.
So the wheels were that thick. The tracks were
Maybe
that
a little
thick?
bit smaller.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit smaller than those wheels. I couldn't find the pictures. I swear to God I shared it out on Facebook at one point, but it had been like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. But there was those markers, and like you said, if they were doing the measurements with the wheels, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But I only saw the tracks one time.
Yeah.
There's only one spot from the front door to the road, going east towards the road.
Yeah, as an investigator, that helps out a lot when you have a known distance and different potential routes that the suspect takes. So you could really dial down the timeline. Because you want to get that timeline down to the minute, if not seconds.
And that's another thing I did. I was driving from like out the routes, and I was timing from like Tomaso's to Annie's to Nancy's, and the routes, how long it takes to exit the neighborhood, how long it takes to get to a main road, how long it takes to get to Luke's house, like all these like different scenarios. And there's only a couple routes that you can take where you're out of the neighborhood in a timely manner and you don't go past too many businesses. But like you said, they might have look at that lizard's humping the ground. That's funny. They might have, on the way in, might have taken a concealing route. So this is the second address that she put on her route. Do you see anything here you want to look at, or not really? These houses are kind of close to the road, huh?
Yeah, and they don't have very much vegetation.
Okay, so let me grab the second location, or the third location. Oh, you know what? We didn't take the right way here. My bad.
That's all right.
So I'll show you how we took the way here. GPS took the fastest route here. Annie's route. So basically Annie's route on that avenue right there, the main road we turned on, we would went up to the stoplight and came across Reduso Road and came down Reduso. So I'll go out to the stoplight, make a U-turn and come this way just so we can see it. But the main route, I don't think there's gonna be anything on the main route either. Like the where it's like 4 lanes wide. Or do you want to drive that anyways?
No, I mean, look at all this. This is like prime real estate to do what he had to do. He's not going to go to a 4-lane highway and take a chance like that with all the traffic and potential for cops driving by.
So do you want to go down this main road at all or no? This main road was on part of a route. Basically, came out where we came out at, came up to this stoplight up here, came across this way.
In close proximity to that river road?
No. So basically, I'll show you on the map. So we were searching right here. So her route, I didn't realize it comes up this way.
Okay.
That she has outlined this way, and it zigzags down this road. And I got a car behind me, so I'm going to
So her house is down that way?
Annie's?
Yeah.
It's actually over that way.
Yeah, let's...
You want to finish driving her route, or do you want to go to her house?
Just do the route. Yeah.
Okay. I'll pull over right here and set in the second location.
Anything?
Missing cat. I'd expect a lot of those with the coyotes around here. So right now, guys, Nico's looking at spots that he thinks would be great concealment locations, and that's going to determine whether he gets out and walks it or if he's going to move to the next spot. I can't check the electrical box today. I'll have to do that when I come back. I only have an hour and 59 minutes till I leave town. See, like right here, how the pull out?
Yeah.
And on the left side, there's not a road. Oh, there's a house right there, so that might be a bad idea. Man, while I was walking, I kicked a cactus on accident. Went right through my pants.
Oh yeah.
I was like, ow! I did show Nico pictures of the creepy poster, and he said that was really interesting, and you hope investigators look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They came out, they put on gloves, took lots of pictures of it, and then they rolled it up, put it in evidence bags, and they took it for evidence. And then I sent pictures of it to Brian Enton, because I know Brian Enton, and we talk on X, and I know him from being out here. But I sent him pictures, and he said, that's really interesting, I'm going to ask the sheriff's office about it. The next day he responded with, hey, I asked the sheriff's office about the posters, and they just got back to me, and their response was, it's not related to the Guthrie case. I'm just going to kind of interesting that she did this. Okay, so the next location is 1.2 miles down this road. Basically, I'm just going to point A to point B, point A to point B. That way we stay on her route. It's like the very start at Nancy's house.
So we're going to follow the exact route that
she posted. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
How, like zigzags like this, like a Z?
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of curious. We might be, from what the neighbors are saying, only one neighbor said that somebody stopped and asked if they had cameras. It was that old guy I talked to? Mm-hmm. The other one said, well, I hope they did.
You know, I told you, man, it's you separate in teams or you do it individually because you're strapped on manpower.
Yeah.
It's just like I told you with a canine dog. The dogs are great, but the dog is only as good as its handler, right? So your law enforcement, officers, detectives, agents, even private investigators, if you hire a lazy one, that's the results you're
Or whether they're out here on a Monday or a Friday.
Yeah.
So we always sit in the oil fields. Never, every time there's like something done crap, you're like, hey man, what'd you do? Come out here and do that on a Friday or something, trying to go home early?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's great law enforcement officers, especially in homicide units, that hardly rest. And if you got a child that is missing or murdered, there's like, it's all hands on deck, and there's nobody cutting anybody any slack. So
I know when it comes like, thinking about it all the time and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to sleep. I didn't fall asleep till like after 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up at like 6:30.
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, well, I'm gonna get ready. And
So just imagine if you're a case agent, right, on this case,
yeah,
how
much it's gonna affect you.
how much you've got to get invested in it, and
I don't think
you're
this
looking
is,
at 30,000 tips. Well, a case agent, a co-case agent, and a lead detective from the sheriff's office are not going to be able to go through those tips, right? So they're not going to be able to vet them. So that's when you've got to use other law enforcement and assign those tips out so that you can determine whether they're legit or not. And
someone just said that I was told by a friend of law enforcement that Annie and Tommaso are afraid to leave their house. And you know what, guys? With all the accusations, I would be too.
yeah.
They don't want to be seen out in public and have people harass them.
And they don't want some jerk off that took their mom and potentially did harm to her to do harm to them.
There's a barrel right there with a bunch of stuff in it, but it's just sticks and it's a rusty barrel. Now, while you're out searching and stuff like this, when you've done these cases, have you ever had the families give you the blessings beforehand, before you come out here?
Oh yeah.
Or do you just go out and do it on your own?
Yeah, I always talk to the family members. always. It's, you know, the respectful thing to do.
Now-
and there's been cases where, you know, so they don't know Nico, right?
Yeah.
And he reaches out and says, hey, this is, you know, what I do, this is what I used to do, blah, 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 blah. And they may say, well, let me talk to law enforcement first, you know, which is the right thing to do. And then they talk to law enforcement, and then law enforcement will either say, oh, yeah, we know Nico, you know, blah, blah, blah. Or they might say, like, hey, you know, right now, we'd rather not. And then ultimately, it's up to the family.
So this is the route, but I want to show you something real quick. I did find this because when I was out here, I've driven around up here before. There's a construction site right here. It's got a lot of, you can see on here, it's got a lot of fresh dirt that's been moved. I just thought it was interesting when I was out here. I found this the first time I was out here. These right here. Oh, they got houses being built now, but they have like a whole full-blown construction site. I don't know if it's any relevance, but I'm gonna turn around and get out of here. When I first came out here, it was not like this. I think
it would be pretty dumb for him to come out here, because on construction sites now, as opposed to even 10 years ago.
Oh, cameras.
You know, yeah, the big thing on construction sites is stealing like spools of copper, wiring.
So they said that the security.
Supplies. Yeah, so.
Okay. So
Again, if there's any criminals out there listening, don't go to construction sites.
No, go right to them so we catch you on camera, buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy, old pal.
They'll still do it. Just like when you tell people, you know, don't go up in the rafters because we're going to hear you in the AC system, or you're going to fall through the ceiling, or they still do it.
I had this one standoff I covered, and this guy was hiding in the attic, and he had an AR-15 poking out of the vent, the wall vent, at officers. And officers, they had the SWAT team come out. They had the armored Bobcat, like it was like the big, like the, you know what a Bobcat is, right?
Yeah.
They had an armored Bobcat with like bulletproof glass and big old shield on the front, and had this donkey dick looking thing on it. And they just started poking through the wall and breaking the house down.
Yeah.
Well, he tore up a section of the wall, and then they didn't know it, but the guy was exposed. And when he went to go to the other side to tear up the other section of the wall, and they moved the light over here, he jumped out and went in the neighbor's house, snuck out the back, and then ran right past all the SWAT deputies. And he got out of their little line they had set up, their perimeter. He got out of the perimeter, and then one of the officers on the outside of the perimeter said, "Hey, there he is!" And then they had a manhunt, chase him down for another hour before they finally caught him. He was a little slick little guy. I don't see anything on this area that I feel. If I was trying to dump like a bag of money or something, and I don't want anyone to ever find it, I don't think I would dump it right here.
See, even on new construction now, the cameras are like automatically installed. Everybody can work stuff off their phones, right? So
there is. I'm looking at all these cars, and I'm looking over here. I'm like,
these are all construction workers, I'm sure.
hell yeah.
That's a good man right there.
Running with the walker. I love it. All right, let me put the next address in. Over here. A lot of this stuff is just like really slow, and when you're searching for stuff. Is that normal? Where it's like slow, a lot of just looking and.
Yeah, man. Smooth and slow is fast when you're doing an investigation.
The next spot is 0.8 miles away. And then it takes us through the neighborhood, out on the main road, and then stops at another location. I love the smell of cars like that.
Something to keep on the back burner when you start to do this is to make sure, like, you don't want to get a lead or have somebody make an accusation like, Annie did it. I know she did it, and then you just get blinders. So you're just focusing on that particular individual.
So you want to keep an open mind.
Yeah. In reverse, though, you want to make sure that you don't start going down a million rabbit holes, because there's going to be theories, opinions.
So it's kind of hard to decipher what's good and bad to chase.
It is, and that's why some cases take long. We had a case a number of years ago, and this girl, unfortunately, she was addicted to methamphetamine, and these two guys and a few of their friends were giving her super shots. I don't know if you've heard that term before. That's a shot of meth with a pinhead of fentanyl in it.
What the hell?
And so they inject it, and they were doing they were making sex videos and showing it on, selling it on Snap.
Oh.
But it took us 2 years to get like really good solid leads as to where her body was, and we had searched those areas like, I don't know, probably 20 times, and it was a civilian farmer in an area that we had checked like over 6 times, who one of his cows got through the fence, and he was tracking the cow, and sure enough, as he's tracking the cow, he looks over to the side and what appears to be the top of a skull. So
holy crap.
That's how we were able to identify that it was her.
So this next
DNA through the bone marrow.
That's insane. This next location is the last leg of her thing.
Yep.
So, but is she like along the route, like green toes, which is like a point of interest to keep the GPS going the way she wanted to check. What's really odd is Annie and Tomas's house is 1 block up from here. I won't put my hand in front of your face, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So, if you guys don't already know, mind going on camera real quick?
No.
Okay. Always gotta ask. I say that about 10 times, but
it's like YouTube etiquette.
Yeah, it's just respectful, I think. So, I got Nico here. He's a retired law enforcement officer, correct?
Yep.
I don't know if you want to tell him the exact details or not, but he, U.S. Marine for a lot of years. How many years were you a Marine?
28 and a half.
28 and a half years in the military for United States Marine Corps. So I'll shake your hand. Thank you for your service, brother.
Hoorah.
And since he's been retired from law enforcement and the Marine Corps, he's been volunteering his time and his efforts to help search for missing persons, and he's found right around 40 people so far. He's the real deal.
Both deceased and alive. It's about 50% on each side.
So I ran into Nico. I met you about 4 days ago, somewhere in there.
3 days ago.
3 days ago, in front of Nancy's house. I'll let this car pass because I'm not really trying to haul butt. But in front of Nancy's house, and I didn't know the extent of who you are or what you do, but I don't know, I guess we just became friends, and I was like, oh, you're looking out here, I'll help you look if you want. I told him, I was like, if you want, you can hop in my truck, I'll drive you around, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're doing, so I appreciate what you're doing, man, and I think you're doing God's work.
I think it's important that I know sometimes you guys get a bad rap, but just look at the amount of coverage that you guys have been providing, and you know, a lot of the ways these crimes get solved is by keeping the missing person's name and face out there, and by doing that, you're putting pressure on those that are responsible for finding those people to make sure that they don't forget about them. If you think about it, 6,000 or 600,000 people go missing every year in the United States.
Really?
Yeah. Now, over half of them are like runaways, people that are asleep in their house and they didn't answer their phone, and nobody could get in touch with them. They file a missing persons report and do a knock and talk, and they're like, yeah, I was sleeping, what's up? So, but there are tens of thousands of people that disappear every year in the United States. And if you know law enforcement or have been around or have friends that are law enforcement officers, they simply don't have the resources to, you know, continue searching for missing people, especially adults, because, you know, you turn 18, you're considered an adult, and if you want to walk away and break contact with your family and friends, that's your prerogative.
Well, thank you for those supers, guys. Luna, Jeanette, and Rue, appreciate that. Nico looks like DJ West. I don't know who that is. I think the ladies like you, Nico.
What's that?
I said I think the ladies like you.
Yeah, I'm a real ladies man.
So now this
I'm not sure why she would have pegged this route. Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of weird.
On back there, I mean, leaving the neighborhood seemed kind of feasible.
Yeah.
But now that I'm looking over here, I don't think anything.
Unless it was done on purpose to maybe they have an old residence, or maybe where Nancy used to go to play mahjong, or, you know, a friend's house, something like that.
Yeah, it's possible.
Without disclosing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is definitely off the beaten path here, too.
And then we'll go like this, back up.
Yeah.
And then without saying the location, do you have a location you want to go kind of focus on today?
I'd like to check out that area where that tip came in.
Okay.
And
Was that at the end of this route?
no.
And once we get to the end of this route, I can put it in the GPS and we'll go to it. But then now it just wraps around the normal roads. For how much time myself, JLR, and like everyone else has been out here, I'm surprised we all haven't got like an apartment by now. Like a temporary apartment to rent.
Yeah, you guys should get together, especially since you have a good working relationship,
Yeah.
like you were saying earlier, and see if you could get an Airbnb.
I'm all for it.
It'll be cheaper for everybody.
Well, I have a viewer that has a piece of property out here. I was going to talk to him later. I guess he was working all night. And I was going to talk to him about it, see if that's something he's still willing to do. He offered it when I was out here the first 2 times. But I really didn't think I was going to be out here this long. So I was like, yeah, I think I'm okay. I didn't realize that. There's like a little park thing right here. Nature preserve looking thing. There's a lot of people on bikes.
So News Nation hit me up. They want me to do an interview on that case I was telling you about, with the missing old man.
Was it Brian that hit you up?
In Largo, huh?
Brian hit you up or who?
No, one of the producers that I know, she,
Okay.
they did a couple of interviews with me on the Tanya Webb case. I don't know if you're familiar with Marnie Hughes.
Oh, Marty.
Yeah,
I met her out here. She's nice.
Yeah, she uses, or she has Missing in America.
Yeah, Missing with Marty or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know who she was. I was just sitting there talking to her one day in front of Nancy's house. And I asked her, I was like, who are you? So, like, what do you do? Are you like a camera lady or who are you? She laughed. She's like, oh, no, I do this, like, this missing series. I'm Marty. She's like, I do Missing with Marty, or I forgot what she said exactly. I still haven't even watched what she does. I was like, oh, that's super cool. I looked her up. I was like, oh, you are kind of famous. She's like, yeah. I was like, no, that's neat. And so over like the next like 3 days I saw her out there. I was like, hey, we just said hi, and I was talking to, I was over there trying to bug Brian Enton when I met her. And I became, I like to say, like, kind of friends with Brian. I don't know him that well, but I know you more than I know Brian. But I every time I see him, he's like, hey, Jacob, how you doing? Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Everybody wants to be friends with Brian Enton. He's a solid guy.
I had no idea who Brian was either. I just knew that he was able to ask the sheriff questions and he had a contact, so I was trying to use him for info.
So check this out. Tanja, I don't know if you're listening, but I suspect you are since you just sent me this, but
Those are
that's
the tracks.
Yeah.
Yep. I saw a different picture, but that's the tracks.
So I don't know if you're a private investigator, but that's solid, taking a photo like that and being able to go back and reference and document it.
Carmen, Nico reminds me of the guy visiting Memorial with the Guthries. Has he ever met them before? Have you ever met anyone that's visited the Memorial
No.
with the Guthries? No?
No.
And that said, you guys make a great team.
I have been somebody did say, are you related to Tommaso, because we're both Italian, but yeah, see, that's a good photo there.
That's more of what I saw.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Tanja. That helps big time.
Do you mind sending that to me?
Yeah.
When you get a chance? I mean, you don't have to do it right now, but so where do you want to go now? This is the end of the road for Annie's thing.
All right. Give me a few minutes just to put this in order.
I'm gonna grab me a water. You want one or no?
Yeah, I'll take one. Thank you.
Oops.
Hey, Lindsay, so I don't know if you're listening, but based off of your text message last night in reference to that 911 call, it turned out that the bloody glove / blood droplets on the street were all just rumor, and there was never any confirmation on that. But thank you for sending that. Angie, if you're listening, I did get your message, and I'll have to give you a call later on when we get done with this first search.
I think JLR just texted me. He just asked where we're at. I think he wants to follow us. Is that okay?
That's up to you, bro.
I don't care.
I'm good with whatever. The more eyes, the better.
I think we should all work together.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please tell him I have a missing sister? How can I reach him? Please and thank you.
Who's that? Is that Carol?
Yeah.
Yep, it's funny, Carol, I'm just looking at your message now. Geez, it's a long time, but I'll definitely give you a call. It'll probably have to be when I get back to Florida, because I have less than 24 hours now here, and I want to really focus on Miss
Make use
Nancy.
of it.
But I will definitely get back to you on that. I'm sorry about your sister.
I really wish JLR had an iPhone, so I can share my location with him. So he just texted me where I was at, asked him where I was at. Sorry guys, I was just trying to check something on my page.
Do you or any of your listeners ever have information on when Nancy canceled a home health care provider?
Let me look it up. see anything online. I can't find anything online about it at all. It was speculation, but never mentioned the exact dates.
Hey, Christy, if you're on here listening, thank you for that information. That's some good detailed stuff there. And yeah, I'm a firm believer in CC and genetic genealogy and stuff like that, and very impressive, so thank you.
Someone mentioned to JLR that was like 8 years ago, a long time ago. Let me get in here real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just gotta take my heartburn medicine and headache stuff.
So, if you see this here,
You don't have to have a YouTube to respond to messages.
I think we could find that on there.
Yes.
I think that's pretty close to here.
Can you screenshot that and just send it to me, or do you know how?
Yeah.
And I'll put it in my thing. I take my meds every day.
Don't forget that.
I skip my heartburn stuff for like 2 days, and boom, instant heartburn all day long until I can take it again.
So we know if he starts driving shitty, everybody, it's not really heartburn medicine. Gosh.
Where I'm also responding to messages on Facebook, guys.
There's some really smart people out there that really pay attention and follow these cases and do their own little investigations. It's pretty cool to see.
The sleuths group, they're all doing their own little thing.
Yeah.
They look into it a lot more than I have. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, some of these messages that I've been getting are pretty pretty detailed. You could tell they put a lot of effort into it.
So a lot of people just were asking me, in regards to the blood drops on Nancy's front porch, why are yellow flowers on top of the blood? I think that was, maybe he dropped them on the way out. You know, maybe it was in his pocket or something. And why are there no footsteps in the blood? Well, Nico, do you want to explain that? You had a good way of talking about it.
I don't know that I can explain it, but I will tell you what my theory is. For those of you that are familiar maybe with, I don't know what, firefighters, what have you, when they're trying to get people out of a burning building and the person is, you know, maybe suffering from smoke inhalation or possibly even deceased, but to get them out of the building, if it's just one person, they'll do what's called a fireman carry, which is what I think happened or could have happened in Nancy's situation. So if I was to put Nancy, or anybody for that matter, in a fireman's carry and going through the threshold of a door, she would be, because I'm right-handed, and if I was carrying the gun appendix style, like the suspect that we see in the video, you want to have your right hand available, right? So Nancy would have been over my left shoulder, and if I have her over my left shoulder in a fireman's carry, her head is going to be behind me. So as I'm crossing the threshold of the door, there's a possibility that maybe she may have hit her face, her nose, or her mouth. And because of her face being behind me, my footsteps are forward of her. So if she starts to bleed, she's going to bleed behind me. And I actually tested this theory with a friend of mine for that exact scenario. And sure enough, you know, he had a, it's going to sound weird, but that's the way you got to figure these cases out. He had a mouthful of water, and basically, as we were going through the threshold, I had him smack his hand, so I knew exactly where the when he hit. And as he was spitting out that water, a few droplets at a time, that theory held true because my footsteps were in front. I never stepped in any of the water. In fact, the majority of the water ended up down my back and down my left pant leg, if that makes sense. So yeah, and there was never any of my foot marks, footprints, or what have you, that touched any of that water because I was walking ahead of it.
Cardiac events can also cause nose and mouth bleeding.
Correct.
Thanks, Luna. Your theory convinced me there was only one person. Your theory made me think there's only one person. I'm not stuck on it only being one person, like it's written in stone.
Yeah.
But it does lead me to believe that it's most likely one person.
Well, again, like we had talked about earlier, that you don't want to put those blinders on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one. All of my career, I've always stuck by following the evidence. And right now, the limited evidence that we have provided by law enforcement only suggests one offender. There hasn't been anything else that has come out to say there's a second guy or a team or what have you.
Let me call JLR. I'm gonna call JLR on speaker. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So you're trying to find the address you want to look at, or?
Your phone is not accepting this
Yes, sir.
longer
Hey,
message.
I got you on speaker. So we're over. I sent you a screenshot. We're right here in the shopping center right now. We drove the route that Annie posted on social media when this all first broke down. And Nico was looking at possible spots to search. We found one good spot to search, so we walked that. And now Nico's trying to. He's looking at another spot to go search. So
Are you in the Bashir's parking lot or McDonald's?
I'm right next to Burger King.
Burger King. Or is it on River?
I think it's on River and La Chola Boulevard.
Yeah, on the right side of La Chola or the left side?
It's on the right side, so I would assume it's on the east.
Okay. All right.
The far east of the parking lot.
All right. I think I know where it's at. I think.
Perfect.
Burger King. All right. See you soon.
All right, see you soon. Bye. So guys, I do have to leave. I'm gonna leave in about an hour and 15 minutes, but I do want to make good time. Like, try to help out where I can until I get out of here. So I'll probably drop you off in the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
If that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mind. I'd like to walk and search and at least try to help.
Yeah. I'm trying to get this to where I can.
Oh, here, just do this. Let me see. I'll just do this right here. Look, this button and this button. Takes a picture.
Yeah.
And then you just send me a screenshot.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I had to reduce the font or the size of it. It said.
Right here. Just do this. Just tell me the crosswords. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna put it on mute real quick. All right, I got it unmuted now.
There you go. East River Drive.
Oh, I know where that's at. I think that's already been searched. That's right here. Remember I told you the Relito River? That's right here. They want us to go look right here. Do you want to go down there and look?
Yeah.
Okay, so JLR. So I'll show you right now too. I know how to get there. So remember how I told you the Camino Real, where those cars were seen?
Mm-hmm.
You can take Camino Real, go out to river, make a left, and 2 miles down the road is this location.
Okay.
And after you go past this location,
Yeah, she said 2.5 miles south of her home.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna show JLR and then we'll head out.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's been searched yet.
You think it has not?
I don't think it's been searched. Not by investigators, and potentially not by like people like us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for a fact. To be honest with you, I'm surprised the news station hasn't stopped by and asked you like to do an interview on what you got going on out here. Because they did it for other people. I actually thought about that area, because that area, that's the last stop before you get into civilization. And it spits you. Remember how I told you it was, there's that route that spits you in the middle of Tucson? That's the last that's the last like kind of rural area. I never say that word right. Kind of like, that's the last spot before you're like covered with street lights, street cameras and businesses and stuff. That's the last area like this. That's right before it spits you in the middle of the city. But I think there is a bike path that goes through there. There's a bike path right here. And I think that bike path goes right along the side, but who's to say that they're not paying attention to the other side of the river? And it's a dry riverbed. I don't think there's been any water in it since all this happened. It's just a wash. You commented for Brian to interview Nico?
I'm sorry?
Oh, someone said they commented about having Brian interview you?
Oh. He's got bigger and better things to do.
I don't know anything about anyone admitting that they're the perp. That's unheard of. That's not information I've known about.
What, somebody commented that?
Yeah.
Wasn't there some drunk guy that was showing up?
James.
Who?
James showing up to Nancy's?
Yeah.
James.
Saying was he the perp or he knew the perp or something?
Said he knew who it was, and they're gonna go, he's gonna solve this case.
Did law enforcement ever?
Law enforcement showed up and said, did you guys get the plates of that car? And then he hasn't been seen ever since. His dad was driving him there. He came there. He's, in my opinion, I felt like he was high as a kite. Because I've seen him in person, but I don't want to like put him on camera or nothing, because I thought he was like high as a kite or drunk or something. But then after thinking about it, I was like, I probably should have recorded that. The other guy's got it pretty good.
Yeah, if that ever happens in the future, like, you know, strike up conversation while somebody else is on the phone and, you know, letting law enforcement know that, hey, we got a guy out here making accusations. He knows who the suspect is. And, you know, you can't physically hold him there, but
Can't do a citizen's arrest on him?
you promise him you'll buy him a beer or something like that. Sometimes alcohol can lead you to a bunch of bullshit, and other times it could,
Get someone to open up.
yeah. Is it depressing? They might, you know.
Oh, he showed up again, somebody said.
Have that guilt.
James said the cops have never spoke to him.
Anybody know how to get in touch with James or who James is? I'll go talk to his ass.
We've been trying to find this guy's information for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, when I get back home, I can do some research on it, but...
Maybe he's watching.
James! He probably quit showing up because a lot of people are, like, making fun of him and picking on him.
Oh.
They're like, John, can you take me to Nancy's? He sounded pretty drunk.
Want some peanuts?
I'm alright, I appreciate it. Yeah, he's been in Nancy several times. James Feather. I think his last name's Feather. James Feather.
Not bad. I had to go low budge because freaking bigger bag of peanuts was like $20.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Screw that.
Everything's so expensive now, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. So we have JLR behind us. He's gonna go with us.
I'm surprised he didn't interview James.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's the one that got him on camera pretty good.
Oh.
Because he kept on coming up to JLR.
So he had just left the area before the cops got there?
I think he had just pulled out. How many of these guys these suspects that have done this to people, killers and stuff, actually have like a mental health issue? Addiction issues and stuff like that.
Addiction, more.
So would James fit like the criteria for that? Show, you know, just knowing that this guy kept on showing up drunk.
No,
How
I
did
mean,
that drive him to Nancy's? Looking for Brian Guthrie.
No,
I think he
'cause
thought about Brian Enton. But
if somebody's under the influence, you always have to figure out, you know, because you're ultimately going to have to talk to them also later on when they're not under the influence, right?
yeah.
To see if you could corroborate the same information. Now, if whether he's under the influence of narcotics or alcohol, what have you, if he's got amplifying information and just wants to get it off his chest, then, you know, you run with it right then and there.
Okay. You think this person's pretty familiar with this area?
I don't know. I'm still leaning towards Phoenix, but I think he may have worked in Nancy's house once or twice, figured out who she was, developed an attraction to Savannah, or had an attraction to Savannah and figured out where Nancy lived and that Nancy was her mom. That all comes with the interview, right? But for him to know, like, she had all those cameras and he was going to have to, you know,
Work around them.
yeah, and multiple layers of clothing, gloves, face mask, scanner. He's been in that house before. At least that's what I.
It's pretty interesting. He said Walter Nash did it. James showed up to Nancy's house claiming he knew who it was. Pumping out names. I think he was looking for Brian Anton, but he kept on calling him Brian Guthrie.
Oh.
I don't think that James is a bad person. I think James is just little under the influence.
Yeah. Addiction is real.
It is. It's claimed a lot of lives.
Yeah.
The reason for the flowers of the camera, he was just probably thinking like, oh shit, I gotta block this camera while I rip it off. That's one thing I could think of. What do you think? Hold of the flowers.
When he's holding up his hand to block the camera.
Yeah, with the flowers though, when he turns around and goes like this with the flowers.
Yeah. It could have been like just a hasty thought, like, let me cover this camera and not make any more noise. Because that dog is barking. So maybe he thought, you know, he could squeeze those flowers in front of to at least disrupt the recording, you know, not so much black it out, but then ultimately he ends up ripping it off the wall, right?
So I have driven this route between like 1 and 3 in the morning several times.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cars right here. You'd be lucky if you see one car. This is empty at night. Yeah, it feels like a wasteland. So we're going to another location that Nico was asked to search. Just someone had a hunch or a tip. And we're going to go give it a quick look. I got to leave in like an hour. So I can't be here too long. If you don't mind, I'll, you know, right around 2, I'll go drop you off at your car and then I'm going to jet out of town.
Yeah.
But I at least, like I said, guys, I at least want to try to help. I might not be helping very much. I might not be as good of a set of eyes as Nico is, but if anybody else is out there and you guys want to help, I'm sure Nico would welcome it.
Yeah, you did a great job, man.
Oh, not really. Thanks, though. I appreciate it. I just drove with my blinker on for like 10 minutes.
So Shay wanted me to ask you, apparently JLR heard some coyotes right after Nancy went missing.
Okay.
Was that, is that what we were listening to the other night?
No.
Okay.
over at Annie's house, there's a pack of coyotes howling, like, consistently. Like, they just got a kill.
At Annie's house?
At Annie's house.
Okay.
This was, like, shortly after, like, within a week, I think, of her going missing.
Okay. And so JLR was at Annie's house?
It was at Annie's house, because that's when, at that point, a lot of people were speculating that Tommaso was a suspect.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's when the media was still at Tommaso and Annie's. Like, heavily. And then I believe, from my understanding, it was at night. Because I've had so many people contact me about this, but I didn't watch that specific live stream. I just know, like, the details of it because people have told me about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, and so, like, right here, I think on the north side of this bridge is where the bike path goes under. Do you want to check the north side or the south side? Or
Both.
Is it both?
If you have time.
Yeah, I should. Got like an hour. See what I can do.
And then Alex allegedly heard screaming on that road one night also.
I think that was by Nancy's house we heard the screaming. So let's see if there's somewhere to park that's not right here. But see, like right here, if you were to do it, you can park, walk down the bike path, toss something down there. You can't really drive on that. I think there might be a parking spot right over here. Davidson Elementary School. Ah, that's my last name. No, I don't think it's a good idea to park in an elementary school.
No.
I thought it was like a park and drive.
You see, they got cameras all over the place too. So.
Might be able to park on the other side. Could we park right here maybe and walk in, or because like the bridge is right there? You think we should do that? Park right here? Oh no, parking anytime, huh? Fudge. Guys, I'm trying to find a parking spot that's not in front of a no parking sign. Sculpture Garden. No, we can park next to that bridge over there and walk over and then walk back.
You got to remember he's doing this expeditiously,
Like
so
super fast.
yeah. So I don't know that unless there was a way down there.
Mm-hmm. There's a bike path that you can walk.
If you notice, you got cameras up here.
So you're not. This doesn't seem too feasible to you.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not for what.
Not for what you're seeing.
Now, see this bridge? This would be more feasible.
Okay. Do you want to park right here and get out and walk?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind checking out
Okay.
this overpass. Man, this could be the area that the tipster
Just talking about.
provided. Yeah.
I think I'm out the road enough.
You could probably squeeze right in there.
I got like 10,000 people watching me trying to park because JLR's right behind us.
Oh.
There we go. We'll do that. All right, guys, I'm going to disconnect Starlink. We're going to get out.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, they said that like weeks ago, a while ago, the FBI was at Annie's taking pictures at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's not uncommon. Also, remember they're in the beginning they're alleged suspects, and then they could be alleged. You know they could be victims. They are victims, right?
Yeah.
So if something happens, they need to make sure what they're looking at.
So we're driving the area, trying to see what like areas don't have cameras, and he feels more comfortable with this bridge right here.
Isabella, send that on email over and I'll check now. Maybe that might be able to put down. Report it over, Isabella.
I'm gonna take a walk over the bridge,
Mhm.
look down, and then see if I could get down on there,
Okay.
just to make sure.
We're gonna walk across the bridge and look down.
Somebody said I'm being told that those images are AI.
What
The
images?
pajamas. It's the people are trying to send me pajamas.
Oh.
Send their images.
Ooh. No stopping, standing, or parking.
Young guys could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm almost can't do it. I don't got fast twitch anymore. See, at the end of the day, all these washes end up in here.
So see what you do is if you're looking to see if somebody dumped, right? You do what's called a figure 8. You'd start straight down here, going left, come across the middle, come back left again to your right. This way you cover the entire area.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if there's water involved as well. If you're looking for a floater, when you toss a body off a bridge, the body is not going to stay where you toss it. Even if there's a hint of current, right? The body will sink, and then depending upon the buoyancy of the person, the release of gases, the increase of gases, that's going to determine when they're going to come up to the surface. In Florida, it's about the second day and a half to 2 days, body will start to surface. Once those gases start to dissipate because of decomposition, the body will start to go down again. That's why it's critical to...
Isn't there like 2 float cycles?
What's that?
Are there like 2 float cycles for a body?
I've never heard of 2, man.
It just, okay.
I don't know when the last time there was water in here.
I think it's been a while.
Yeah. But like in a perp perspective, right? Like the perp got Nancy in the vehicle. He wants to dispose of a body. If it's one perp or even 2, how far are they willing to go away from their vehicle by dragging the body or carrying it? I mean, it's not far, right?
No. Less than 30 feet. Statistically, it's 10 to 30 feet. Right? Because you're just not going to park on the side of the road pick this body up, even if you have a second person,
And carry it
go
far.
tramping through the woods.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's too risky, right?
Yeah. You're going to find that first bush and toss it on the reverse side so that if people are walking, when people search, God bless them because they want to help. But a lot of people are just going to walk away and look. Right? You've got to get 50 feet, maybe 40 feet, and also look this way. Right? Because if they toss the body on the opposite side of a tree or something like that, you're not going to see
You're
it.
not gonna see it. And that's our purpose too, to try to hide it behind a tree on the road. Okay, so a perp disposing a body in a car, in a vehicle, how far are they willing to drive the body in their car?
That's what we were discussing, right? So nationwide, statistically, let's say your suspect lives in Phoenix, right? And he works for a business where he had to do maintenance at Nancy's house. Right? He ends up finding out who she is. He develops a infatuation with Savannah. He decides, I know I can't have Savannah. She's in New York. What's the closest way to have a relationship with Savannah, right? Her mom's the target. He may have known about Annie also, but Annie's married, she's younger. She might put up more of a fight. So Nancy is the easy target.
Weakest link.
So the abduction takes place. Let's say she passes. Now, Phoenix from Nancy's house is about a little over 100 miles. Statistically, I'm not saying this is 100% fact, but statistically, they're not going to move the body more than 8 to 10 miles away from the victim's home. Okay? If the perp lived closer, within that 20-mile radius, what they may do is drive that few miles extra, 10, 11, 12 miles, from the house, because now it's closer to him. Mm-hmm. So every day, even if he's at work, he could still drive by, know where that body is, and still be in control.
So basically the perp could technically drive past the body every day, and if he sees no police activity, he knows he's safe for now, kind of in a sense.
Not only safe, but he's fulfilling his fantasy.
Okay.
Because as long as he has Nancy, he has Savannah.
That's the question. Where is he? North, south, east, west of Nancy's. Which way? My mind's thinking, once you cross River Road, you're in Tucson. You're in Orwellian society. Cameras, surveillance, people, homeless people see.
It seems like almost any way you leave Nancy's, you're eventually going through a gauntlet of cameras and heavy traffic lights.
Once you get that skyline, Oracle, River, Campbell. Within that neighborhood, no. That's why when they originally had Luke Daly, Luke was in that neighborhood. He lives within there. So it made sense to me at the beginning stages, like, holy smokes. The reason why we didn't see surveillance is because he lived in the neighborhood. But it ended up not being him or whatever at this point. But he was within that where you wouldn't be seen leaving on a street cam or anything like that. It'd be very hard to get on Ring because of the nighttime thing. But once you expand out, it's not just that these cameras apparently don't work. Or the flock, some are run by the DOT, some are run by Pima County.
I was told a rumor that possibly the cameras were voted out from recording.
That was true.
So they are not recording.
They're not recording. But there's so many other businesses.
So, but I will tell you, I think I'd mentioned this to you before. So, the I-10 corridor.
Yeah.
It's the most used human smuggling and drug smuggling corridor in the entire country.
Absolutely.
The interstates do have cameras.
Which
As far as
would
in the
make
county
sense.
Ordinance or...
But that would explain why we found those drop-off, human smuggling drop-off locations. We found 2 different locations with all kinds of carpet shoes and children's camo clothing that was discarded.
Yeah, smugglers.
Smugglers.
That's gotaways.
Human smugglers.
Yeah, that's
smuggling
gotaways.
children.
So yeah, they have knee pads, they have booties, and now where was this at?
The Split, north of Oro Valley.
Okay. They actually like, for instance, there's a Gila Bend, which is west of Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's coming through the border and actually navigating all the way up to Gila Bend, which is 70 miles to the north. But they take these smuggling routes. They take washes. They take, they're dressed in all camouflage backpacks. They do it in Cochise County down there. Cochise County on the other side of Miracle Valley and Bisbee. They do the same thing. They navigate and work their way up to either to Phoenix or sometimes here, and then move from there, and get picked up. But they're willing to trek 100 miles.
And we're like what, 60, 70 miles from the border right
we're
here?
within that. Yeah.
So that's just hiking distance for them to get picked up.
Yeah, I've done lots of border coverage and found the knee pads, the booties, the backpacks, the camouflage pants, water bottles.
Well, remember when we were there in Eagle Pass?
Yeah.
And they I don't know if it was staged or what, but as soon as CNN came out to do that article, Border Patrol showed up,
I remember
and they had all those kids and the family showing up. That looked so staged to me.
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. They were just staged at the wall.
Yeah, it was like the moment that the news showed up to link up with Border Patrol and the National Guard.
CNN correspondent Rosa Flores there, and they had a bunch of kids lined up on the wall.
Out of nowhere.
This is a photo op. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
It was bizarre.
Me and JLR, we both drove the border for like a week before that and didn't find any kids.
Secure. Where'd they come from?
And then and every time there was like at that section there was somebody in the water, National Guard turned them around. Remember, they're taking them back across the water.
Okay, so what about what is it risky for a perp if a body pulling over the side of the bridge and just throwing it over?
Is it risky?
I mean, would they do that? Would they?
Not being familiar with this area, I don't know. Supposedly, that 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, there's hardly any cars on this road. I don't think somebody would take a chance in doing it here, because even one vehicle or one cop driving by, if a car's on the side of the road, they're going to light it up and just find out if the person's okay, or if your trunk is open up or the side door of your van's open up.
That's how the Atlanta serial killer got caught. Remember the African-American Atlanta serial killer, Williams? I think his name was Wayne Williams or Williams. He was caught throwing something off, a body off the bridge. Do you know his name? The Atlanta serial killer got caught. But you don't really hear. But
and just like back home at like the Skyway Bridge, they got cameras all over that place now.
Plus they got netting now too.
Yeah, you can't stop there for 1 minute without FHP rolling.
Wayne Williams, he got caught throwing a body off the bridge.
See, this part right here is real sandy. There's not much areas to conceal something.
Nico, at this point, 63 days, it would be just clothing, correct?
I mean, what was the temperature here? And
it got up to like 105
it was
a couple
70
times.
around the time.
Okay.
And then at one point, it got up over 100, about 100. Now it back down.
What was the constant though? Maybe 70, and then at nighttime in the 40s or
40s, yeah. The mornings would be cold. You could almost catch your breath. Then it would shoot up to about 80, 70, 80, and then it shot up to about 90 to 100, and the low 60s. But we also only had 15% humidity. Humidity's not much higher.
Yeah. So again,
There's a tunnel down there. Let's see, let's walk over here. Ew. Homeless encampment. I think the homeless are living in the tunnels. There's a slipper right there. There's two of them actually.
What we do know is, if it did in fact happen at 2:30 a.m., you got about 4 hours of light.
You got that, right?
Homeless guy?
Yeah. Is he awake?
Yeah, he's moving.
Okay.
And then there's a encampment in the tunnel down here too.
So that would even be a good source of information, right? If bridges where homeless sleep,
Yeah.
they'll stay. That's basically their home,
Yeah.
right? So if they're there constantly, they know who else is coming out there. They know, you know, who else is coming out to either sell dope or to give them food or what have you. So if you were looking for a particular individual driving a particular vehicle with a particular description, they'd be able to provide that information.
Okay.
Yeah. And we would definitely hook them up with
Some food.
money and food and stuff like that, right?
Try to help them out too. There, if you look to the left, it looks like they're sleeping in that tunnel right there, JLR. There's some stuff in there. And then if you look straight down to your right by that tree, there's two slippers down there on the ground. Oh. Thank you. Now, one of like the transients, the homeless, the people living down here, they would smell something and they would notice it though, right? But do they always say something?
Yeah.
I know back home they found like buried skeletal remains under a bridge just like this, but we have water running through that river all the time, and it's a really low river, so there's times where it's like almost super dry, and there's times around the year where it's like 10, 15 feet deep. And when it receded one year, homeless guy found this female skeletal remains, and then never heard anything of it afterwards. Who it was, what happened, or I was assuming that they concealed. Someone tried hiding that body because it was in the sand, but the police department back home never told us anything.
Yeah, no.
Oh, the cops are right there by my cars. I want to talk to them. Got cops here, guys. Afternoon. I'm assuming you're here for my car?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that no parking or something?
For no parking, we just got reports that, you know, people dressed in all black, that's what we got. We're in the wash.
Oh, we're not in the wash at all.
Okay.
So we're actually just searching different areas for any signs of the Nancy Guthrie case.
Yeah, no.
So we got a private investigator out here. Is my truck okay right there, or is it no parking? I didn't see any no parking signs whatsoever.
I got you, but right there, we'll just have to have you move it.
Okay.
I mean, you can move it to a little bit further down the space across the bridge, or if you want to pull into one.
Is it okay if we move in like 5 minutes? Because we're just about to leave.
I got you.
Would you be okay with that?
Yeah. no more than 5 minutes. All right.
Perfect.
I got you guys on that. So like I said, we just got the information about people dressed in all black, everything like that, going into the wash.
No, we were walking on the bridge the entire time. We haven't stepped off the area. I did look down at the
underpass.
Yeah, but we haven't.
Like, I didn't see no parking sign.
I got you. We'll just have to have you move it within the next 5 minutes. All right.
I saw, I was like, holy crap.
Someone called in that there's people dressed in all black going down in the wash that parked right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we had.
No, we're just out here covering Nancy Guthrie. So I'm in my car. Cool.
Yeah, sounds good.
He said we got like 5 minutes. We're good. We can walk the rest and we'll be out of here.
Yeah, so do I.
We're almost done anyways.
I got you.
So
You mind if I get your name?
yeah, Jacob Davidson.
It's about how it sounds.
Yep, just like Harley Davidson.
They call me JLR.
I got you.
Thank you. I'll move the car now.
Appreciate it, man. What's your date of birth, sir?
Hold on one sec.
I got you. Yeah. Into the wash itself.
Yeah.
Regardless, if you're on the Riverwalk, because
May I ask how come they don't call in the homeless people in the wash?
They do time to time, but other than that, we're usually frequent around this area because we know about them.
Yeah. Why aren't they calling that in instead of us? Well, we're doing. Here's what I'm doing. That's literally it.
Yeah, no, you're good. You'd be amazed at what
we drove up and down around looking for a spot that had no parking or anything like that, and we're like, hey, it looks like this is an okay spot to park.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But I appreciate you being cool about it, man. So thank you so much. I don't know if you
appreciate
shake
you,
hands
you
or
know,
anything,
same
but
thing. No, you're good.
appreciate you. Thank you. I'm gonna go talk to him, and then we're gonna get out of here. You might have walked off already.
Like I said, if anything, either spot in the park or the lot that's just a little bit
Oh, there
further.
he is.
No big old deal. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you
guys.
so much. So we got 5 minutes to move the vehicle. Somebody reported us. He asked for my information and stuff, which is fine. But somebody reported us for being down in the wash. Literally reported us for being in the wash. This is interesting. This is really interesting. Somebody called it in for us parking there, saying that men got out of the vehicles and dressed in all black and went down in the wash. So I guess you're not supposed to be in the wash out here. And so I asked him, I was like, well, if you don't mind me asking, how come they're not calling in the homeless people and stuff and helping them out? But he told me I got like 5 minutes to move and I'm good. He was actually a really nice officer, real respectful.
It's funny, though, that he'd call and say, oh yeah, they're men dressed in black. What was that movie, Men in Black?
Yeah. I just explained. I was like,
Did you ask him any info on Guthrie thing?
No, as soon as I told him that, he's like, oh, okay. He was moreover asking me what I was doing. And I mean, they were really respectful and nice, so I'm not knocking them. They're just doing their job. Yeah. I saw flashing lights. I was like, what?
Take the license or anything?
So he was like, he was wanting to rent all my information. I was like, I'll give you my name and stuff. And I put it on mute. I was like, hey, so when you guys run our information, we're YouTubers. I got 2,000. He's got 10,000. People try to dox us and use your guys' scanner audio to get our personal information. So if I'm getting a ticket, I'll gladly do it and sign the ticket. Yeah. But if it's just to check who I am, I got a license. I'm valid and everything. But I'd rather not have my name ran on the radio. He's like, okay, no problem. It was really nice. But Yeah, I think. Do you think maybe the perp called it in to try to stop us, or just a concerned driver?
Yeah, I doubt that he's going to call it in, because then they're going to have a phone number and something to track back, right?
Yeah, JLR said he just sent me a text that he's in the parking lot. I don't know which one, but oh, there he is. He's behind us. I didn't say any. I don't see any no parking.
Well, at least they responded.
That's,
you know, to the radio call.
So that makes me think if somebody stopped here in the middle of the night and someone else, they had a chance of someone calling it in too, maybe the cops would have responded to that.
Everybody's got a cell phone. See this homeless guy down here?
Yeah.
So if we're working a case, right? And
yeah, I'm gonna pull in right here.
It's in an area where there's homeless people struggling or whatever. So you're asking them to help you, right?
Yeah.
So you got to figure out a way to help them, whether it's throwing them a $20 bill or giving them a phone, you know, a cheap phone with minutes on it.
What? No, on
Men in Black.
So they said that 2 vehicles with men in black parked right there, got out and went in the wash. Men dressed in all black is what the officer told me. Yeah, and then they're wanting to run our information, and I told them, I said, honestly, like, if you're gonna give me a ticket for no parking, I'll gladly sign it. Like, that's understandable. I was like, but if you just want to run my information to run it over the radio, I'd rather not, because with the YouTube stuff, people are trying to dox us all the time, and sometimes you guys relay our addresses and stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, man, I'd rather not. I have a good driver's license and everything. I don't have a criminal background, but if I'm getting a ticket, I'm okay. But that's what I told him. I said we literally just drove around in circles looking for somewhere that looks like it's okay to park. Yeah, he said it's actually no parking zone. I said, oh, okay. They were very nice and respectful. Like, I'm not bagging on the cops. It was just weird that someone called in saying that men in black got out and went into the wash. And then I asked them, well, may I ask how come they're not calling in the homeless people down in the wash and trying to get them help? And they kind of laughed. Well, we're allowed in the wash, or is that forbidden? I don't know.
Well, I could tell you from the amount of, you could actually see like bicycle tracks, like mountain bike tracks, and there's thousands of footprints down there. So it's probably a
heavily traveled area.
Yeah, traveled area.
Where's the next objective?
He's got to take me to get my vehicle, because he's heading out.
Okay, he's parked up kind of by there, so I'm gonna go drop him off, and then I'm out of town. Yeah, so hey, when I come back to town, I'm gonna call you and see what you're up to, and maybe link up. So it was good seeing you, JLR. Stay safe.
See ya, bro.
I do the same thing all the time. Put it in park and then try to take off. But that made me feel more comfortable that maybe she's not right here, because with the amount of people there, how quick they are to call the cops just during the day, makes me think that.
Yeah, this area was.
You want to dump a body here?
No.
But at least we have peace of mind that this is not a feasible location.
Yeah, you got too much going on here.
Now at night, the one thing I've done was...
unlike Nancy's house, see how you got the street lights also?
Yeah.
So you got to take that into tactical consideration. Right there. Yep, cameras on the...
But supposedly those aren't recording. Supposedly. I don't know if they are or not, but rumor has it they're not.
Yeah, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Even if they're not recording it, but they're being shown at real crime in the comm center.
Do they actually monitor those real time? Really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Coming from someone
it all started in New York City.
No, and people, or Nico, people are saying that waste of time. That was a waste of time.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good, solid, detailed tip. So,
well, seeing how fast they called the cops on us and how fast the cops responded to that location, it gave me peace of mind that I don't think she's there. Check your cars for air tags. Thank you. Do I think that someone might have put an air tag on my vehicle? Well, usually when you have an air tag in your vehill, I think we're back, guys. Over here, buffering. Buff, daddy, buff.
So, are you familiar with this Ronald Aaron Lopez? Supposedly making it sound like he's the perp.
Huh. Got to be careful with that, because a lot of people will have like a suspicion or a hunch, and then other people will run with it, and then now this person that may potentially be completely innocent is being accused by the entire internet, and now this person's life is like messed up.
Yeah, it looks like he
looks similar.
He posted it himself on his Facebook.
What the heck?
And then this lady just sent me a screenshot.
I saw a thing where a guy was posting on Savannah's post, like really suspicious stuff. I think before and after Nancy went missing. I think could have just been after. And people were like taking that and be like, "Holy crap! What if this guy is it? He doesn't look too far from being the perp." And I was just like, I was looking at it like, I can't, just because someone makes some weird comments on Facebook, I don't want to throw them on my live stream and make everyone else think that he's guilty.
Yeah.
Diana, thank you so much for becoming a member. I do appreciate that. And those of you guys that sent supers and stuff like that to help out, I appreciate it. I am going to go park, drop Nico off. Sorry for just ditching you and Nico, but
it's all right.
I gotta be home.
You've heard of the poisonous pen, right?
No, I have not. What is that?
So the poisonous pen is, let's say I'm dating this girl, and she decides to break it off with me. All right, I'm gonna put something out there on Facebook or any other social media outlet, or send a letter out and accuse them of something falsely, just to get their name out there. And then even sometimes they say that this person committed a heinous crime. And next thing you know, law enforcement is out there doing their investigation, and which they have to do, obviously. So yeah, it's you could ruin somebody, an innocent person's life in a heartbeat, by falsely accusing them of something they didn't do, just because they broke up with you, or you had a falling out with them, or whatever.
It's so crazy. We're right here at the edge of the Catalina foothills, $1 million homes. A guy walking with a sign with his dog begging for food, needing help. Man. Wish I had the waters inside the truck. I just had them both in cold water, but alright guys, I'm gonna put it on selfie mode. Is you cool with that? Alright, I'll put it on selfie mode as we drive up here. There we go. I don't know what is up with this damn ISO. There we go. So, if it's a viewer that's calling 911 on us every time we park somewhere or do something, like, guys, come on, man. I don't know if it's, maybe they called on me, or maybe they're watching JLR's stream, try calling on JLR, just someone being a hater. But I find it kind of weird that we park somewhere. We're there for what, 5-10 minutes? All guys dressed in black.
Yeah.
Going down to the.
I mean, it's something like that. You're gonna just have to deal with.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
But I think eventually, if you keep on doing that, guys, it's gonna get you and not me in trouble. Because usually the cops are like, "Oh, you're just that's what you're doing, no problem. Just move your vehicle, no big deal. Make sure you're not, a felon or someone that has a warrant. Move on your day." But eventually, it's gonna flag that they keep on getting calls, either by the same number, or B, if you're smart, you're using a bunch of different fake cell phone numbers, but they're gonna recognize your voice and all this stuff, and it's gonna catch up with you eventually. It's not like prank calling strip club.
I still have faith that the majority of people out there are good-hearted people, and maybe just thinking like, man, I've never seen anybody, a group of guys like this, just park right here at the overpass and get out, and now they're walking along the wash or walking in the wash.
I did point at you. I was like, well, he's a PI, he's a private investigator that, you know, finds missing persons around the country and stuff. And we just decided to park and look over the bridge and peek around to see if there's any sign of a body.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I said that, they kind of like, oh, okay. Like, their reaction wasn't what I expected. I thought they're gonna like laugh or like shun it off, and they're like, oh, okay.
I think they would be happy with whoever can help find Nancy and being done with it, and then letting the perp sit in jail while the prosecutors and the case agents work their magic. Because until she's found, they're gonna have to deal with media. They're gonna have to deal with YouTubers and social media and private investigators, or just, you know, good citizens coming out and wanting to help.
Sorry. No, you're good. Sorry.
No, when you come out and you kidnap an 84-year-old handicapped woman, that's something that we should never allow to go away.
None of that.
You know.
You hear that, future kidnappers?
I mean,
we're not going to stop. And from Dad's Gone Live, being the social media person, streamer, whatever you want to call me, from me to law enforcement to the kidnapper to all of you out there, as far as I'm concerned, I might go home for a week here and there and then come back out and make all these little trips. But in the long run, I ain't going away. I'm persistent with this case. Long run, JLR, he ain't going away. He's persistent in this case. As long as there's public interest, we're going to be out here. If you, the viewers, are open to keeping this case alive, we're going to do our best to keep it alive. It takes an effort from the streamer, the YouTuber.
You can just park over there.
Like right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
The YouTuber and everything else. It's an effort between the streamer and the viewers. So as long as you guys have an interest in it, and we have an interest in it, the streamers and the viewers are going to work together to keep this case alive. Can Nico check by Mount Lemmon in a forest? Oh, guys, that is such... Mount Lemmon is a larger area than Tucson. It's huge. It's just once you get up in that mountain, you're in a forest. But the thing is there's, like I tell everybody, there's so many tourists up there that I mean, there's plenty of spots where it's like, all right, cool, there's a cliff, it goes down 500 feet, 1,000 feet. But that's, in my opinion, that's more of helicopter/drone looking, because there's so much ground to cover.
Well, the other thing is, too, with you guys like you and JLR and Alex and everybody else, I'm sure some people up there are listening, and, you know, they could look around and you could literally ask them, right? Hey, if you're up there visiting that area, keep an eye out.
Yeah, Nicole, please don't make accusations to other streamers, even if we don't like them. So, yeah, please don't bring drama from other YouTubers into my chat, please. So, Nico, I think I'm gonna take off.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate everything you've done. Appreciate working together.
Brother.
There's water in the ice chest if you want one or anything like that. You grab a smart water. They're bigger and they're colder.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you up on that.
Yeah. When you're not busy, shoot me a call and touch base. If you want to come back out here, we can probably like coordinate together and try to be out here at the same time. If that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to roll out and do your own thing, that's fine. Just let me know. I'll quit bugging you so much. But
man, strength in numbers, man. I mean, you know, you live close to the desert, right?
Yeah.
And you know, one person, 2 people, 3 people, it's not enough. I would love to see somebody put together a massive search for Nancy, because how much interest this case has, get a few hundred people together.
It's possible. There's enough interest. We can probably coordinate something, plan it out a lot better.
It would probably, be something that would take some good planning
Like a week
and
or two
coordination, because you're going to have to provide like supplies,
out. Water, supplies,
maps, yeah, that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, the hotter weather is coming now, so you're going to want to make sure that if they go out in groups, that everybody has some form of communication, and make sure that they stay together, and use the buddy system, stuff like that. So we've done a couple down in Florida with hundreds of people turning out, and it's a lot of work, but a lot of times you're successful with it.
And guys, a lot of people are saying Jim, this and that. If I can send JLR your number too, if you'd like, I can get you guys in contact. We were in contact with Jim this morning. We know where Jim's at. I'm not gonna tell you guys where Jim's at. Jim can tell you where Jim's at. But we did coordinate with Jim this morning. He's more than welcome to tag along, do his own thing, whatever. Just like you're more than welcome to do your own thing. Or if you want me to, I will gladly drive you around. Like, if we come back and you don't want to get a rental car, dude, I will literally be your chauffeur the entire time. Because, you're a valuable asset to a search party.
Yeah.
Very valuable asset. So.
I just, we'll see what happens in the next week or two, and then I'll, at the end of the month, hopefully be able to put some more scraps together and get a ticket out here. Figure it out. But thank you, everybody. It's been a blessing to speak to you directly, indirectly. The only thing I would ask is continue to support this cause and keep Nancy's name and her face out there. Love those yellow hearts. It should be a mandatory thing for everybody in Tucson until we bring her home. But you guys have been great, really highly intelligent questions and thoughts and theories and stuff like that. And that's, detectives and case agents, whether it's FBI, Homeland Security, whoever, crimes don't get solved by just one or two people. Crimes get solved by witnesses, sources, public information. That's what makes law enforcement successful. So don't ever think that anything that any information that you may have and put it in your mind like, what if I'm not right? Don't worry about that. All of us have been wrong thousands of times. And you'd be surprised how that one person that makes that one comment, and people will think, well, that's never going to happen. That's not true. I always use that example of the CIA agent, the female that found Osama bin Laden. The entire free world was looking for the number one terrorist in the world, and it was her hard work and effort 10 years later that allowed us to find him and take him out. So yeah.
Also, I owe you $5. Someone just sent $5 for Nico.
Love
Thanks,
you.
For Darby.
All right. Well, you have a safe trip home.
Yeah.
Stay in contact, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, appreciate it, Nico.
All right, brother.
So,
I am going to steal some water from you.
yeah, grab whatever you want. They're there to drink, and I'm not going to drink them all on the way back. So,
All right.
will not do more than your own family.
Drive safe, man. If you got to pull over and get even an hour of shut-eye.
Or 5 Red Bulls.
Don't give yourself a heart attack, man.
So, appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, shoot me an email, Lady T. Shoot me an email, and the headline put for Nico. and then I'll relay that information to Nico. I'll just screenshot it and send it to him.
All right, brother. Thank you, man.
All right. See you later. Bye, Nico. I feel kind of sad. I'm leaving. I made a new friend. That's how I felt when I left Alex, too. So, we'll be back. We'll meet up again. I'm gonna head out of town. Do you guys want me to stay live on the way out of town or no? Oh. I saw that.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. You're welcome. Hey, my chat's blown up with bye, Nico. They're all sad. Nico does not have a YouTube channel. Alright, we're going to put it on selfie mode so you guys don't know exactly where Nico's at right now. I don't trust you, perp. Did you forget your cell phone?
Cell phone.
Call it. Oh, glasses too.
Is it in here?
Oh, cool. Is it on you or in here? I don't think it's in here. Pocket?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Too many pockets.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, man.
Alright, see you later. It tells me there's somebody coming up behind me. I don't see anybody walking up. Well, let me get out of town. I don't want you guys to know exactly where Nico's at. Unless you're like a... So I owe him $5. It said for Nico. Jennifer Darby, let's go. He's very adamant. Don't send me money. But you know what? Some of you guys send him money. And I'm going to give it to him. I don't care. No, I ain't. Alex is staying in town. Yeah, I'm gonna head out of town. We'll stay live on this channel. I got a full tank right now, so let's see. Google Maps. Home. Dang. It says I'm gonna be home about 11 o'clock. Yeah, you can see in the rearview window, but I mean, it's not that telling. It's a lot harder to distinguish where we're at by looking in the rearview, and I'm okay with that. Thanks. I gotta fix the bottom part, because the bottom part keeps on popping up. I don't know if I have to mount them better or what, but they keep on sliding forward, and then the sides keep on coming up. But for the most part, yeah. You guys are awesome. Yeah, guys, I already gave Nico $140 yesterday. I gave him $140 cash. I withdrew it from the ATM over here. Beverage. Snacks, I'll go to a McDonald's on the way out or something like that. So do you guys want me to stay live on the way out of town? Let me know. Give me some feedback. Let's go! I haven't really got much responses on that. Do you guys want me to... Yeah, I mean, I hope I wasn't overbearing with like trying to be up Nico's butt. You know, I was like, dude, I feel like I'm kind of like harassing you for, you know, but if you let me, if you want, I'm gonna try to shadow you, bro. I can recognize talent, and he's talent, experience and talent, man. And not only that, I think Nico's a good friend. I respect Nico. I like Nico. I would like to hang out with Nico. I have a lot of respect for Mr. Nico. Yeah, no, we already gave Nico his money. We gave him $140 yesterday. I owe him $5 more. So, I'm not going to close my eyes and take my hat off. But as we are leaving the Catalina foothills, I'm going to say a prayer for Nancy. If you guys don't want to, that's fine. Dear Lord, we gather here today, and we'd like to ask you for help and your blessings in those searching for Nancy, those working the case for Nancy. We'd like to ask you to help bring Nancy home safely, whether she's alive or deceased. And we'd like to ask you to give the family strength, Nancy's family, give them strength and power through you, Lord. And at the end of the day, Lord, we'd like to beg you and ask you to bring Nancy home. In your name we pray. Amen. I hope that was just like on the spot. Normally I have like time to think about it, but I just want to say a prayer as we leave the Catalina foothills. You guys are LOLing me? LOLing me? Really? You're LOLing? Don't you LOL me. I'm going to LOL you. Yeah, seat covers are cool. Hey, I got these seat covers. They were like right around $200. And they like really tight fit on everything. I had cloth seats at first, and now I got these. They're like fake leather or leather seat covers. Like I said, the only problem I have is the front two seats, the driver and passenger side. They keep on sliding forward, but that could have been my fault. Maybe I didn't install them properly. I don't know. Yay! Safe travels, DGL. Pink shirt is here. Let's go! Pink shirt! Let's go! Oh, wait, what? Thank you. Hey, I said a prayer and I lost 500 viewers. I was seriously at 2.1K, now I'm at 1.6 after I said the prayer. Alright, we're gonna put it on forward mode. Really? What is up with that, dude? There we go. I slept about 5-6 hours. I miss Ruger Boy. Me too. Great work, Jacob. So proud of you and your growth. Oh, thank you so much, BB. So I think I'm still gonna be like doing I'll do the Bakersfield live streams, but I'm also gonna start covering missing persons. Not just Nancy, but as many missing persons cases as I can cover to try to bring quality, positive attention and do what I can to attempt to help. Now, if I help one person in my lifetime, then that's a successful life, in my opinion. Just my thought. Let's go, guys. Yeah. You want to do call-ins? Thank you. Aw, thanks, Dawn. Amen, thank you. I don't know Ted that well, but he seems nice. Yep. You bash other streamers, you get timed out. Good job, Texas. Thank you. Thank you. Starts drama in my chat when that happens. So please don't bash other streamers in here. Pretty please. Oh man. I will be back out soon, everyone. In the meantime, I'm going home for Easter, and then I'll do some live streams in Bakersfield until I come back. I will be doing some live streams from home, covering the Nancy Guthrie case. Hopefully you guys are cool with that. I don't know, we'll see. Yo, I'm a streamer. I'm a straight up G. Streaming life is a life for me. Filming people by day, chasing cops by night. Being a streamer is second tight. Yeah. I pull up to the scene and get out with my camera, and everybody stops and is looking at me. Says, hey, is that DGL? I said, who? Haha. I'm just kidding. Damn, I went from 2,100 viewers to, we lost a lot of people. Not a lot of people want to watch me drive home. I do want to say thank you to everybody that's helped out with gas, food, hotels, stuff like that while I was out here. It's I truly do appreciate it. So I want to say thank you guys. It's not required for me to do this stuff, but it does help me out. You guys made it to where I didn't have to sleep in my truck. You made it to where, you know, I can go out to Denny's instead of eating off the dollar menu at McDonald's. I was able to go out to Denny's, and you guys made it to where I could take Alex out to his lobster dinner. Because that was just me saying thank you for letting me stay at his house last time, even though I kind of got sick with the cat. But it doesn't mean that he wasn't being nice. He isn't a good friend. He's a great friend. So I really do appreciate it, Alex. So thank you. I am on my way home to the fam. You guys don't like my rap career? You really do good work. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, 2 months too. You've been a member. That's cool, Rose. Thank you. Whoa, Lori, gas money, and thank you. Everything you do. Will you be using this account or just don't be on the scenes? Even scanner chasing is great too. A lot of fun. We appreciate you. Happy Easter to you and your family. Happy Easter to you too. Thank you for that super generous donation. Super chat, $20 super chat. Thank you. On the way home, it depends. If the views drop tremendously on here, that tells me that people don't want me on here. I might just go on the behind the scenes so I can play music. But if you guys stay in here, I'll stay live on this channel. When I live stream in Bakersfield, chasing scanner calls, I'll be on this channel too. Most likely, I will only go to the behind the scenes channel if views drop too much on this, meaning nobody wants to watch me drive home. If it drops, and then if that way I can at least play music. You know, and I'm not like bashing you guys for leaving. That's okay. But if there's not a lot of people in here, I might as well play some music. If I play some music, then I'm going to my other channel. I hope that makes sense. Does anybody in here have tattoos? Do any of y'all have tattoos? Do you guys have tattoos? Anybody in the chat have tattoos? Tattoos are the spawn of the devil. Tattoos are bad. Don't you? don't you ever get tattoos. They're bad. No tattoos. I have a new tattoo right there and a new tattoo right here that's still kind of like healing up at the end of the healing. And so I was putting lotion on it, so I had to make a joke about tattoos. Tattoos are bad. Yeah, no problem. You muted me? Oh, well. No, I forgot to get a tattoo for Mo. Well, the thing is, we looked at the lakes and the water areas. There's not really large bodies of water out here, so I don't think there's anything to search. This is dry. There's no rivers with water in it. This is just like, when it comes to water on the surface, it's like a wasteland. It's a desert. There's literally no water out here. I found like a lake up in, we found me, or JLR, myself, a couple other streamers, you know, we went to a lake up on Mount Lemon. That was a mission, that was a hike. There's no way they took her there. Yeah, I don't really like the Arizona intersections. They kind of, so I feel I just say, oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Adele Bertrand? Oh, I hope I said your name right. Thank you. I don't understand why someone that's behind me speeds up to get over in front of me and slow down and turn right. I've never understood that. Whee! Yeah, please quit bashing other streamers, guys. Come on. Pretty please. I cannot play music. I know it sucks. Yes, memberships are only $1.99. We do. They've been getting timed out for like 24 hours when they bash other streamers. Met up with a few females. Who met up with a few females? Kind of confused. Should we do call-ins or no? You guys send me a phone number, I'll call you from private right now. You guys want to send me a phone number, I'll call you from a private number. Get you guys some info. Yeah, I don't have any info on Ted. I texted him last night, he said he was fine and called me today. He hasn't called me today, so Ted's a grown man, guys. I don't even really know the guy. I met him twice. So I don't know what to say. I can't play any music, guys. Music gets me copyrighted. I wish I could. Yeah, but it's kind of interesting to get the another person's perspective. I always thought it was interesting to get someone else's perspective. My wife, I don't think she's in here. She's messaging me on Facebook, but I don't think she's in the chat right now. Let's see, babe, you in the chat? Baby. I love you. Love you, Ashley. Okay. I think I'm going to let you guys vote. Let's see. guess we can listen to police scanner audio of Tucson, Arizona. Definitely appreciate all of you for being here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are so freaking awesome, amazing, beautiful people. I'm trying to play a scare audio. Oh, I think it's like $1 more a month if you have iPhone, because they charge you like Apple fees. I don't know. It's supposed to be $1.99, but I think they have updated the fees. But I don't know. Could not tell ya.
Saturday, we are.
I have audio. It seems like the scanner audio is messed up. Trying to get the scanner to work, the police scanner. Richard, thank you so much. Came through the gas dono on PayPal. It says for gas, safe travels. Thank you for that. Over the speed limit, they're passing me out like flies. Found Oro Valley and Pima County Sheriff. Maybe wants to turn on, we'll see.
Go ahead.
Hickmill.
Silverbill and Tyree Court. Charlie, Delta Bravo 8954. And the other one is Sunset and Silverbill. Engine 331.
Actually, I'm gonna end it. I'll be back on Dad's Gone Behind the Scenes. Look up Dad's Gone Behind the Scenes, guys. I'll be on that channel here shortly. Go look up Dad's Gone Behind the Scenes so I don't get copyrighted. I'm gonna play some music and stuff. Much love, guys. Ending the live stream right now. Only Real Teak, been a member for 3 months. Let's go! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Easter to the family. I thought you'd been a member longer than that, my friend. Bye. Much love, much love, much love.